Hey. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
All right. Oh, my goodness. We're still so excited. We're still so excited. Ask us why we're still excited, somebody. Okay, yeah, we hear you. Well, what
Oh
happened?
gosh, last weekend was the Twins Days
Twins Days
Festival.
Festival. And a lot of you know us, and for a long time we've been going to the Twins Days Festival. So we came back on Monday, but we're still so excited
Yeah,
because it's just a good time. It's something that we look forward to every year, all year, guys. All
yeah,
year we talk about it and we plan for it.
yeah.
And sometimes we get the planning better than other times, like this time.
This year
Oh,
we were a little off.
we were a little off. There were some stressful times during this past weekend that we were just like, why can't we just get it together?
Together.
So anyway, we're still really, really excited. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, talk about it.
Oh, okay. So this year's theme was what was it, sister? It was off to the races, right? TWO to the races, and people were coming in with these NASCAR costumes and things like that. But I mean, we got together. Every time we get together, no matter the theme, I mean, it's just such a good feeling with other twins there, and the feeling of it is like coming home every year. The feeling of it is like we're safe in this community of people who we don't know, but we have something special in common with them, and it's just yeah, it's just indescribable how it feels to be
Yeah,
at the Twins Festival.
yeah. So it's something that we really can explain to people who don't know, right? And it's something also that I've spoken about many times, and I said I feel like every twin should experience Twins Days Festival at least once in their lifetime and decide whether or not that no, that's a little too much for me or not interested in going back. I remember the first time that we heard of the Twins Festival. Kathy and I were actually thinking about working on a book about twins.
Mm-hmm.
And part of Sister's research was looking up anything twins. And we found this twins restaurant that was in Manhattan. But by the time we found it, it was
It
already
was already
closed.
closed, yeah.
But it was headed up by a set of twins in Manhattan, the Gantz twins. And they're pretty famous in the twin circle because they are they recruit talent
Yeah.
for television shows and various things around New York, around anywhere.
Yeah.
So through the restaurant, you looked into the Gantz twins. Is that how it happened? And then you found out about the Twins Festival
No, I found out about the Twins Festival at the same time around with the
around the same
restaurant.
time.
Yeah, they didn't tell me about the Twins Festival. Actually, they did mention, and I was like, yeah, I heard about it, but I had already
Oh,
found
you
out.
had spoken to them?
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh.
during my research, I think I emailed them or something to require to request to inquire about us doing our birthday party there, right? And then one of the Gans twins immediately called me on my cell phone, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we don't have that restaurant anymore." She was just asking me questions about us, and then she asked me if I knew about the Twins Festival, and I was like, "Well, I did see something about it," and she's like, "Yeah, look it up," and all that, and that's how that happened.
Yeah. So sis was like, "Hey, listen, there's something called the Twins Festival," and I said, "That sounds so corny."
Yeah, you
I'm like,
did.
"The twins what?" I'm like, that sounds so corny. And she wanted us to go. I was like, "Where is it? Ohio? At a place called Twinsburg?" I was like, "Yeah, no." That was 20 years
That was
ago.
20 years
That
ago.
was 20 years ago. So my sister ended up. I said, "Listen, set everything up, and I'll go. I'll go. Just set everything up." And sis did. She set up the hotel. She set up the flights. She set up everything, and
Ex-
literally,
Except the car.
Yeah, but that's like minor detail. And literally all I had to do was pack my bags and go with her. And before we left, we grabbed a couple of items of clothing that looked similar. We didn't know how serious the twins got down. We got there and everything was the same, from the angle of their eyeliner to the
color
jewelry,
of their toes.
the color of their toes and the jewelry they wore on their fingers. And it was serious, right? So we got there, we were like, oh my God. And it was a little overwhelming. It was a bit of a freak show, yes.
Yeah.
And we held on to each other tight, and we were just like, what the hell is going on? Because there was, every place we looked, there was a duplicate of another person, right? And although we're twins, we had never seen so many sets of twins in one space. And not to have this show get drawn out or anything, but it just ended up being such an amazing gathering of souls, like minds, very similar experiences, everybody with the same type of questions and the same type of relationship that they had with their siblings, whether it was boy and boy twins, girl and girl twins, or boy and girl twins. And the conversations we had it was just beautiful to see so many sets of twins that got along like us, because we always knew that we were so close, and no matter where we were, if the two of us were together, nobody else needed to be around. And people didn't understand that. And oftentimes we were kind of like, this is weird. Like, we live together and yet we talk to each other like we haven't seen each other in like years. Like, oh, did I tell you what happened 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, right.
And that would really be a conversation as opposed to 10 days ago, 10 months ago. But it's been amazing. So we've been going 19 consecutive years because we're not counting the pandemic. Yeah. And so we've been we will never miss a Twins Days Fest.
No, it's like top priority for us. Sometimes when some twins say that, oh yeah, we couldn't go because I had to work,
we don't understand that.
Don't understand that. Like, take that time off, but no judgment. No judgment. But yeah, we base everything around the Twins Festival. We make sure, and all our family and friends, they know that this is something that we don't miss.
Yeah, and it's interesting though, sis. I gotta tell you, not much have come in between us and Twins Fest.
Yeah, you're right.
And we've like switched things around. Like this year, our birthday was Tuesday and Twins Festival was that weekend. Yeah. Normally we would have celebrated after. Like we've done that in the past. Yeah. We celebrate the weekend after, not necessarily the weekend before. We've done that in the past. I'm talking like years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Especially if it's on I don't know. But either which way, I feel like there was a lot going on in okay, so I'll give you the perfect example because of the party that Uncle was throwing the week before. Because he had that weekend, we would have normally just had it the weekend after, but the weekend after was Twins Festival, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but we had originally thought of having it the day that Uncle had his party.
Yeah. But the fact that he had it on that weekend, he said, I got the whole family on lock. We would have said, okay, no problem. We'll just throw our party the following weekend. But we couldn't do that because of Twins Festival. That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Sometimes we just have to explain things to this one. Anyway, is your Facebook on? You said that we were going to keep it on.
Oh, yeah.
People.
Let's see.
Sometimes this one. Not altogether there. Okay. All right. So anyway.
Not all together there. Oh, that's so not nice.
Whether it's not or not.
It's not true. It's not true.
All right. So anyway, we're really going down this rabbit hole of talking about the Twins Festival. That's not what our intention was at all.
No, it wasn't.
But we decided we would give you a little bit of history. So, but Twins Festival is just someplace where we do, just like you mentioned earlier, we do feel at home there. And because we've been going for so long and so consistently, and there are twins who have been there way longer than 20 years, 19 or 20 years. They've got us beat. Next year is the Twins Festival's 50th anniversary, and we've met twins that be like, I've been coming for 40 something years. And we're like, wow, it's amazing. So next year will be their 50th, and it's going to be super exciting.
Super exciting.
And we're looking forward to that. But meanwhile, while we're still flying high, obviously, because we just came from the best place on earth for us anyway.
Yes.
And it's a chance for us to just kind of like get in, like we've made friends, we've established relationships over the years with a lot of these twins.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We get there and they're like, which one is the author? Right? Which one runs races?
Yeah.
Are you running this year?
Yeah.
And they know us. And likewise, we go back to them and we're like, which one did this and which one did that? Oh, congratulations on the marriage. Congratulations on the new house, on the kids or whatever. And although we don't keep in touch during the course of the year, when we come and meet up with each other, their conversations, like we get into conversations.
It's like a really true reunion.
It is. It's a family reunion.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and it's amazing. Like you said, we don't always keep in touch throughout the year, but seeing each other on Facebook and what everybody's doing, it's so beautiful to see how everybody's lives unfold throughout the course of the year. And when we do get together over the weekend, we're not just celebrating our twinship, but we're also celebrating the highs from each of our lives.
Yeah, and what we're going through.
And what we're going
sometimes
through.
the conversations get deep. For a party weekend, sometimes it gets deep.
It's so true, so true.
So we wanted to get into the support, the community that we feel with the twins. You said something about fellowship and the community. So sis, as everybody knows, wrote a book and had it published in July. Of course, the book comes out. This is my copy, by the way, so please take care of it. And so, when we got there, so everybody was like, "Who's the author? Which one wrote the book?"
One wrote the book?
And they practically throwing money at my sister. Like, I want my copy. Where's my copy? I'm in room XYZ.
Everybody was so amazing.
Amazing. It was so warm and so special. Everybody really wanted to support. And some people came right out and said it. I'm not going to read the book, but I want to support.
Yes.
I'm not going to read the book. I'm going to give it to my sister.
That.
Yeah. It was just I'm going to buy the book, not going to read it. I'm going to wait for your audio. Like, there were those kinds of conversations. But there were a lot of people too that were like, I can't wait to read it. And that was so special. Even the dudes were like, yeah, I'm reading this book. Yeah. What's it about? Oh yes, give me one. I need one.
Yeah, it was just so lovely, and it made me feel so. I was going to use the word supported again, but it just made me feel so good inside to know that these people, yes, they're buying the book. Look, just hands down, they wouldn't buy the book if they did not genuinely like me, right? Or genuinely did not care. But the fact that
if they were not genuinely happy for you,
happy for me, right? And the fact, proud of me, and the fact that they were willing to spend money to buy my book and just support me in that way, it just speaks volumes on what this community is about. You know, it was just such a beautiful thing. And even as I was packing up so that we could leave, and another twin comes, "Oh, I didn't see you before. I want to buy a book." And they were even on Facebook later. People were like, "Oh, we didn't know that you were selling the books, and I would have grabbed my own copy." And it was just such a beautiful thing. And meanwhile, me here, I don't know if you've seen our previous lives before, but I get really shy and I'm an introvert and it's hard for me to approach people sometimes. And I was feeling that way that night. And I was just like kind of sitting there. I was like, I'm nervous and I'm kind of scared. And then you said to me, like, I understand what you're going. I get it. Yeah. And so I didn't approach everyone like I felt like I should have, should have, would have, whatever. But I felt like I should have approached more people, more twins. But I didn't because I was feeling so shy. But then people were coming to me, and that was just such a nice thing.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. And not to discount from the people who have been supporting Sister all along the way, who's outside of the twins community. But it was just what we feel and what we get from the Twins Festival, coupled with the amount of support and love that we felt from them as they really went out of their way on a party weekend, I might add, to support sis and her book.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So yeah, that was good. So we're still on a high. We're still on a high from the amazing time that we had, from the friends that we reconnect with on a yearly basis, from Kathy's book, and I ran a race. I ran this race. It's a 5K race. It happens on Sunday morning at 8:30. Now, mind you, we were in Twinsburg since Thursday. So Thursday we're partying. Friday we're partying. Saturday we're partying. And you want us to do what? Sister's like, you want me to do what? Wake up to get to a race, and the race start is at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That means we have to be there to register and do all that stuff by at least 7:30 in the morning. We're waking up at 6 o'clock.
I remember one of the first times. It wasn't the first time. It was, I think, the second time when we were doing the race at the Twins weekend, and I was just so annoyed. I was tired. I didn't want to run. I don't like to run. Not like this one. I just don't enjoy it. And do you remember me giving you an attitude? Oh my gosh, I gave her such an attitude. I was just like, I don't want to do this, and I was like, I don't even remember what I said.
That was the second year, and that was the year I was really adamant on placing. So the first year I ran, I've been running this race. Oh man, I forgot to count. Maybe 7 years or so. I've been running this race, maybe 6 or 7 years. The first time I ran, I didn't place, and so I vowed by the next time I ran this race, I was gonna place. I wanted first or second place. I wanted first place, but I would take second, right? So then the following year, I didn't drink anything. I didn't have any alcohol, rather. I didn't want to go to bed late. I was doing all the things in order to prepare my body for a good race I wanted to place. And
so I guess
it restricted her from having a good time, because I was like, no, I don't want to go drink, and no, I don't want to go to the after party, because like we would party till wee hours in the morning, and that year I was not having it. I wanted to run.
Yeah, I was really annoyed, and I remember giving you an attitude and telling myself I'm not going to do this again next year, and I was just so annoyed, and once I start feeling like I've been restricted, or I'm doing something that I don't want to be doing, I just shut down, and I don't think of it as in terms of, well, what's the positive that you can get from this? I just shut down, and I'm just like, this is something that I don't want at all. And it was just not a very good feeling.
But now it's part of our weekend. It's one of the things that we do.
It's one of the things that we do.
So sis is okay with it now, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just making sure.
I don't run it. I walk it.
There was a few years that you didn't run it at all. So in the beginning, you didn't run it at all.
No, that very first year I ran. I jogged it. I guess I didn't stop once.
Oh really?
Yeah, that first year.
Wow, sis, I remember that.
And then the second year I had an issue with my lung. The doctor was like, no more running for you. And so I power walked it. And then a couple of years I didn't do it at all. I just met you at the finish line.
Yes.
I was
interested crossing the finish. Those are fun.
Yeah. And then I don't know when I started doing it again.
Yeah, a few years ago, like I would say 2-3 years ago, you started running. Yeah. So anyway, I felt like I was a little undertrained last year. I was suffering from an injury, and I didn't place at all last year for the first time since the first time I ran that race. And so last year I didn't place, and this year I really hoped that I would place. And, I was training, quasi-training, not really. Just keeping it in mind every time I went out for my runs, like, you got a race to run, and let's see if we could do some hits with the running. And I just, in my mind, I was just kind of like, okay, I'm training, but nothing really where I was pushing myself. So could I have done better with my training? 100%. Could I have done better that day of the race? I believe so, but I was definitely pacing myself. I didn't want to overexert, didn't want to injure myself because I'm still dealing with a hamstring issue. I didn't want to go out so fast where I couldn't finish in a good time. Like, I would wear myself out even before I reached the finish line. So I ran it at a good pace. I cheered everybody on. It was an out and back. So we went out, and when we reached the halfway point coming back, I just encouraged everybody. I'm like, listen, the halfway point is right there. Meet me at the finish. And I was yelling and screaming to everybody, and they were like, woohoo. And I was just like, and somebody was just like, oh, you are so motivating. I said, I'm just doing it to distract myself from the heat, because it was hot and humid. We're tired. tired. And although, we had some sleep, we didn't have a full night's sleep. And although I wasn't drinking, we were still out late and socializing for the past few days.
Yeah.
So, across the finish line, I was trying to size up all the women in my age group, and me being us having just turned 50, I'm thinking I'm in a new age group. And so if any of you don't know, these races are really scored based on age group. And this particular organization, they do their age groups in 5-year increments. And I thought that I was in a new age group, but I was not. I was still in the previous age group. Want some water? Are we keeping you up?
No.
Okay. I was in the 46 years old to 50-year-old age group. And so I didn't realize that until they were handing out the awards. They said, oh my God, sis. Yeah. So if I'm the eldest in the group, chances are I'm not placing. So I'm thinking that I placed third or at best second. So they called the third place winner. Then they called that, and I wasn't there. And I wasn't it. And then they called the second place. And I was just kind of like, they didn't call my name. I was like, oh my God. I remember I looked at you. I was like, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So let's just hear what the first person is. And as he said the time, the first place coming in at 28 minutes and 39 seconds, I said, I think that's me.
Yeah.
And he says, Carmel, Jean-Francois. And I was like, that's me. So I jumped up and I ran up to collect my trophy.
Jumping up and down.
I was so giddy. I was so excited because I was surprised. I was happy. I was just like, oh wow, I came out here to win this thing and I won this thing. Yep. Even though there was doubt in there. Thanks, sis. So that was fun. And so I was absolutely elated. I was elated. And again, the eldest in my age group. So you know what has to happen next year, right?
Gotta win.
What?
What? Yes.
I'm gonna be the youngest now in the age group. So they come next year. So next year in the 50th year, all that stuff. So
that's right.
Whew. Yeah. So I mean, we're rambling on about the Twins Festival. If any twins out there are listening to this, we implore you, you have to go just one time in your lifetime. We had a set of twins this year, the 84-year-old women. It was their first time at the Twins Festival.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were like, this was on our bucket list. And we're so, they were sad that they waited so long.
That they had not done it before. Because they felt it. As soon as you get there, you understand, what an amazing event it is. What an amazing thing it is to be born a twin.
Yeah. And somebody's boyfriend. Remember one year somebody's boyfriend was just like, you're going to a whole festival that celebrates a genetic mutation. I'm like, gee, thanks for putting it that way. But yes, whatever. To answer your question,
it is what it is. That's funny.
That was funny. But yeah. It was a good. It's always a good time.
It's always good.
Sunday nights are sad.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy fun still because we're at bowling and everybody's taking last minute pictures and stuff like that.
How do they call that? Bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's a bittersweet experience on Sunday nights because we our hearts are full.
Yeah.
Our hearts are absolutely
full.
We
just had such an amazing weekend, and then now it's coming to an end.
It's sad that it's coming to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because every time I meet a set of twins out here in New York, and then I tell them about the Twins Festival, they always look at me, and you've experienced this too. They always look at me like I'm crazy, like, oh, okay, well, all right, that sounds nice. And
I don't know if I get the crazy look, but you're definitely uninterested. Or kind of like that blank face, like, you're telling me why?
Yeah.
Like, what? And I think that if somebody told me about the Twins Festival, I think I would be like that too. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. You enjoy yourself, okay? Bye. I think that would be my reaction.
Well, yeah. Remember what your reaction was when I first told you?
I was like, that sounds so corny.
That sounds so corny.
I'm like, what?
Do you remember my reaction when you were like, just take care of everything and I'll go? And when I placed when I took care of the airline tickets, and I was like, do you remember me doing that? I was so happy. I was so excited.
What was my reaction?
You were just like, Yeah.
I don't remember any of it because I was just like,
And you know what's funny? Because me being the introvert, me being the person, the homebody who always likes to stay home, I'm surprised that I was the one who was so excited about this
yeah,
and, raising my arms in the air that we were actually going.
yeah.
I think that's very interesting.
That is interesting. But sister,
Mm-hmm.
in front of the world, or all three people that are watching right now.
Hi, three people.
Hi, three people. Thanks for watching. I want to say thank you. Thank you for
You're welcome.
being adamant. You could have easily said, "All right,
Yeah.
well, okay,
Yeah.
all right." That could have easily been the conversation because so often you and I kind of feed off of each other's energy that way. It's like, you don't want to go, okay, me neither. Let's not go.
Yeah.
Like we really do.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you for
You're
not
welcome.
not paying any attention to
I know,
me.
right? The first time we were just like, we gotta come back and we gotta do it right because, like she said before, we didn't have the same exact clothes. I had a black top and she had a different black top. That'll work. You had a pair of beige pants, right?
these beige kind of khaki kind of.
And I had a pair like
they were completely different,
but
almost the same color.
almost.
We were like, okay,
it works.
and we ended up going shopping that weekend.
Yeah.
Because we saw how serious the twins showed up.
Yeah, and not only that, remember we stared at our faces in the mirror?
That was the first time we ever kind of like just stared at our faces to see what the difference was. We are fraternal twins for sure. There are differences. There's a height difference. And if you're looking at us now, you can see there's a difference.
Yeah.
But that was the first time we actually stared in the mirror and we just kind of picked like that night we picked each other apart.
Yeah.
And we were like, why can't we look more like each other?
We wanted to look more like each other. And it wasn't like, I wish I looked more like you or you wish you looked more like me. It was just like, why couldn't we just look more alike, more identical?
Because we ran into so many twins that were identical, like so identical.
And so that you couldn't tell them apart. And us.
No. Like we look like sisters. Yeah, we look like sisters, but but anyway, so without any intention of boring everybody half to death about being a twin, we enjoy it. We love being a twin. I'm so happy that I had a chance to thank my mom for making me a twin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And my father really enjoyed seeing us together.
Yeah.
Dad really it was quiet. He was quiet about it.
Yeah.
Whenever we would get into our little like we would get into each other's faces and we would just kind of like, it was just our world. Whenever he realized we were in our world, he would just look at us and smile. Like he was so proud. I remember him smiling, just really being
sweet.
proud that his girls got along so well and he had twins.
That's
And
nice.
I thought so too. And I was proud of the fact that we do get along like that. And this was before Twins Festival. This was before I feel like Twins Festival really solidified whatever relationship that whatever the already
bond
strong bond that you
we
and I
had.
shared. And I think that it's just so impactful. It's so impactful. And believe us, we still have a lot of things that we work through.
Oh gosh.
Sister's got her trauma, I've got my trauma, and like dealing with each other, and the fact that we come with each other, and the fact that we actually care about what each other feels like, and sometimes it hinders us from making decisions that we need to make.
I know. Oh my god.
In an adult way. We're just like, no. So don't get us wrong. It's not all roses on this end. Like we still have to live with each other as different human beings because we are very different.
Absolutely, we're very different, and we get on each other's nerves. And sometimes I give her the silent treatment, and but overall, I mean, she means well. I mean well. We get along pretty well.
Yeah,
I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Yeah.
So anyway, so this is why we're still flying so high because Twinsburg is still fresh on our minds. We only came back Monday, so it's less than a week. So what is it? It's Saturday night. A week ago tonight at this time, we were partying.
In our beautiful dresses.
Yeah, we were taking pictures, talking to other twins, conversing, getting to know everybody just a little bit better, and solidifying some of those relationships and reigniting and meeting new people. It's so exciting to see the new
year. There's always a bunch of new twins
that discover Twins Fest.
Yeah.
There was one year like a set of twins ended up there because they took the wrong turn. They literally got lost and found Twins Fest.
Yeah, literally.
And we were like, how do you feel? They said, we feel like we're home. Like, it doesn't get old. Twins Fest does not get old for us and never will. And that's why we'll continue to go. So if you know twins that are out there, or if you're a twin and you're watching this and you have not yet been to Twins Festival, do yourself a favor. If you went there when you were younger because your parents dragged you and you didn't really find anything out of it, and now you're an adult, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Right? If you feel like this is for young people, I literally had a woman say, "Oh, that's for young people." No, we see everybody from 2 weeks old, literally
Yeah.
babies from 2 weeks old
Yeah.
to grandma and grandpa. The oldest set of twins that came this year was a set of male twins, 94 years old.
Yeah, I thought they were 93, 94.
Oh, they were 93.
93.
The oldest women were 84.
Yeah.
93 years old. So we
Mhm.
see everybody from literally 2 weeks old to grandma and grandpa, 93 years old, 84 years old, and everybody in between. We
Yeah.
see the twins that are the twinless twins, the
Yeah.
twins whose twins passed away
Yeah.
or maybe was stillborn. We see them, and we also see the triplets and the quadruplets.
Yes, that's always exciting.
Have we met any quintuplets?
Um,
One year there were quintuplets. They
there
were
were.
children.
They were
I
children.
feel like we saw them.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, one year there was a set of Siamese twins. Do you remember?
No,
Yes.
no,
It was
I don't remember.
recent. It was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Where were they attached?
I think midsection.
No.
Okay. If any of you guys who've been to the Twins Festival and you've seen them in the past couple of years, please let us know.
I have no recollection.
Yeah, I saw them on the fairgrounds. Yep.
Front?
Yeah. They were in something. Somebody was like pulling them around.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
That
they were
sounds
there.
familiar.
They were there.
That sounds familiar, but I can't tell if I saw it on TV.
Yeah, they were there. Yep.
Okay. She just told you we met Siamese twins at one point. I don't remember. Oh,
I hope I'm not making it up. No, I don't think I am.
we're just at that age, right? we start. We can't distinguish our own memories from something that we saw on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not making it up. We saw it. It happened. I have to ask somebody. Some twins will know.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot with regards to twins. We've seen the boy-girl twins. They're coming more and more every year.
Yeah. the
When we
boy-girl
first started
twins.
going 19 years ago, there weren't as many.
As many.
Now
Or maybe we
there's
just didn't meet them.
no, there was not as many.
Okay.
Now I feel like we see so
There's
many
so many
boy-girl
of them.
twins.
Yeah.
We see twins that look nothing like they
Nothing
don't even
alike.
look like siblings,
Siblings,
let
yeah.
alone brothers and sisters, let alone twins.
It's so
We've
true.
seen those to those who mirror images of each other or who we just give up
Yeah.
and just be like, listen.
What about that one time when we were on our way home and we stopped by at a gas station or something like that, and these guys saw us? They're like, "You guys are twins?" And we're like, "Yeah." They said, "Oh, we're twins too." I was like, "Oh yeah. Are you guys identical or fraternal?" They were like, "We're Irish twins." And we were like, "Oh my goodness."
Now, for those of you who don't know, Irish twins.
Irish twins are siblings who were born less than a year apart.
Yeah. So mom got pregnant very, very quickly after she gave birth.
Yeah.
And so they're usually like 11 months apart.
Yeah.
And those are Irish twins. And it's a negative connotation because we won't get into that.
But it's a term. It's not. They're not really twins. Twins
Yeah.
share a womb. Twins are born around the same time. Irish twins are not real twins. I mean,
Yeah. But
I
they
don't want to offend
claimed it.
anyone, but
They claimed it.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, we're twins. Hey, twins." And we were like, "Oh, when were you born?" They were like 11 months apart or whatever. However, the way the conversation
It was.
went.
I had asked them if they were fraternal identical, and they said they're Irish. And I was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh,
what?
brother.
Yeah. Not to put any Irish twins down, but we're talking about
People who were born.
Born-
We met a set of twins that were born on different days.
Yeah,
One was born like right before midnight, and the other one was born like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, they were like, we actually have different birthdays. And I was like, that was the first time. That was
Yeah.
only last year.
That was only last year.
We met them. That was the first time we met a set of twins who had different birthdays. So oftentimes we get that question.
Yeah.
Oh, what day were you born? What day were you born? And people kind of like, duh. But no, it's a valid question.
It's a valid question.
It's a valid question. So that's fun too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other types of twins have we met. So ones with different birthdays, twins that don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
You're saying we met Siamese twins.
We didn't meet them. We saw them.
We saw them from a
We
distance.
didn't. We didn't talk to them or anything.
The twinless twins always invited, and we always kind of like, hold a special place for them in the pictures and things like that.
Yeah.
And now they have a whole section for the twinless twins. And
That's special.
Yeah.
It's nice to honor them, because
Yeah.
they're still twins.
they're still twins, and they lost their twin at some point. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
And it's not for just young people. Again, everybody from 2. How's that Christmas song go? From 2
from
2
to
92, 2 to 92, and
Yeah.
everybody in between.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and every year we're getting more and more twins of people of color. So we're getting more and more of those. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to see.
One of the first times that we were at Twins Fest, I think it was the first year that we were there. There was a set of twins, boy twins. One was fair skin, and the other one was our complexion.
Yeah. And the darker one had curly hair.
Yeah.
The light one had more like a brown. It's like a sandy blonde hair.
Yes.
And camera crew was following them around.
Yep.
I think those are the boys that were featured on the Oprah Winfrey show, because I remember Oprah Winfrey had a set of a set of boy twins. One was black, one was white, and I'm pretty sure that was them. But I think another set of twins came a few years later too. Black and white twins. I don't hold me to that, but one of the first years we were there for sure.
Yeah.
The black and white twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other kinds of twins have we met? All kinds.
All kinds. Should we tell them like some of the activities that go on during that weekend? Yeah. So so there's a party at the main hotel, the Bertram Hotel, Friday night. And there's a really huge party Saturday night. That's when most of the twins are there. But during the days, there's things like there's golf, twin golf. There volleyball. There's bowling that we said before.
The talent show.
Contests for twins who look most alike, twins who look least alike, twins who come from the furthest place in the world, the furthest distance. And each year there's a theme, and so they have contests for the people with the most creative, costumes based on the theme. What else?
They have of course the 5K race.
The 5K race.
There's the pool party. I think they do. We do karaoke on Thursday nights.
Yes, that's right.
And one time we went on a Wednesday,
and they had games.
There was a game night.
Yeah.
So there were board games and things like that. That was fun too.
A lot of fun.
And everybody goes to dinner and breakfasts at certain points of the
everybody creates
weekend.
their own community,
own cliques and those little communities. And they're like, we're gonna go to breakfast at such and such restaurant. So I think that's the gist of it. I know there are more things that happen. There's so many things that happen during the weekend. It's a full calendar, and you could just pick and choose what you need to. I was gonna make a point about I feel like it was about the contest. I was gonna make a point, and I lost it.
Okay. There are also contests for I think the oldest twins.
Oh yeah, the oldest twins and the youngest, oldest set of twins and the youngest set of twins, and that's how come we get to know who they are. And this. I posted a picture of the oldest set of twins holding the youngest set of twins, the babies.
That's so special.
Yeah, that is special. We've met the quadruplets. Every year we see them get a little bit older, and it's so nice to see them grow, because we remember when they were so little.
And they're such nice girls.
They're such pleasant girls.
Yeah.
On the fairgrounds, we don't know how they are when they get home. They might be little monsters. I'm sure because now they're teenagers. They're just as pleasant. And we've seen twins. We've seen twins who had twin siblings, right?
Yeah.
So they're like two sets. Mom had 2 sets of twins.
Yeah.
Remember those girls, those blonde girls? I think they were all
That's
dancers.
right.
They
all wore the same thing.
Yeah, they all wore the same thing, like quadruplets, but they were 2 sets of twins. We had twins who had twins, and whose brothers had twins. And
let's kill the myth that it happens every other generation. It's not true.
It's a myth. People always say that, and we've met way too many twins who have twins to ever say that it skips a generation. It really doesn't. and twins don't even necessarily run in the family. It really is a genetic mutation type thing.
Yeah, it really is.
It depends on the cells and the sperm. It really does.
Yeah.
I think we know enough about it now after being twins for so many years, all our lives, and meeting other twins and hearing the stories. Like, we've debunked all of those theories. So I feel like there was something else I wanted to bring up, and tonight in bed I'm going to be like, oh darn, that's what I wanted to tell the good people, whoever cares to hear about twins. Yeah,
I think that's about it.
But anyway, that's why we're flying high, because we spent a nice amount of time with our twin families. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. What's your absolute favorite part about Twins Fest this year, last year, first year, any year? What's your absolute favorite part about Twins Fest?
The costumes for the theme. I really enjoy that. This year we hit a little snags. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but like with the theme, you could really go all out with it if you want to. I mean, like you said earlier today, that there was one time there was a jungle theme. No, there was another theme that we just did every.
It was like a space. It was like a Star Wars
type of theme, right? Yeah. And so we had like celestial dress and a celestial pair of leggings. We did a costume like a silver costume with alien glasses. We were what's her name in Star Trek? I forgot what her name.
We had the Star Trek uniform.
Yeah,
a little dress. It was so cute.
So cute. So the theme.
Her hair was purple.
Yeah, right. So you could do whatever you want with the theme, and we just incorporated it. Yeah, be as creative as you want.
I don't think we're usually that creative.
We're not usually that creative, but it's still fun to find the outfits for it and find the t-shirts and stuff like that. It's just so much, and it's so much fun to see what other people do with it.
Yeah, people get really
so creative. I love that. So that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I just wanted to speak to the theme because you did mention it earlier and you mentioned it now. This year's theme was actually Off to the Races. So my sister and we decided that we were going to go as FloJo because she was a U.S. Olympic gold medalist, and she set some world records, one of which is still not been broken till this date. So she set a record in 1988 as the fastest woman in the world. Like, she's the fastest woman in history for the 100-meter dash, and nobody's been able to beat that record till this day. And this was back in 1988, and she was 28 years old at the time when she set that record. She lived till she was 38, and unfortunately she passed away due to something, a birth genetic condition that she was born with. But she was very stylish. You know, she wore her hair long. She was African American woman of color. She wore her hair long. Her nails were out to here, and she wore her outfit. I'm gonna post it on our reels on Instagram and Facebook like the next couple of days. And she wore her leotard kind of running suit. Her signature look was one leg cut out. And Serena Williams even paid tribute to her style in one of her matches in the U.S. Open a couple of years back. So that was fun to see. And that's what we did. Some people knew right off the bat who we were. They were like, look, FloJo. And some people were just like, what's going on with your outfit there? You're missing a leg. No, I'm exaggerating.
Some people really thought that we ran the race that morning.
That's right. Everybody kept asking me, oh, you ran the race? We're like, nope, the race is Sunday. Today is Saturday. This is our costume. Only because it was Off to the Races, so everybody was doing NASCAR. And we decided to do FloJo. And it was so in keeping with the whole weekend, because this past weekend, the Paris Olympics was the track and field. And so it was nice when we were at bowling, it was on the screen, we're watching the runners, and we were dressed as a runner. And so that felt so good. And it felt good to know that a Black woman still holds the world record for fastest woman in history. And we dressed up as her, and Paris Olympics is on the screen and in the air, and we're wearing these medals. It was fantastic. It was really, really good.
We felt really good about
so with that, I'm tired of talking about Twins Fest. But I'm still excited. What?
I just want to know what your favorite part
what's my favorite part of the weekend? My favorite part of the weekend? That's a great question. I know I asked you. It is hard because it's all really good. It's all really good. I'm gonna say my new favorite is the parade.
Okay, yes, yes.
The parade is where we get to see the community because people in the community come, and they often ask us where we're from. They always ask us where we're from. And when we say New York City, their eyes light up like, you come
Yeah.
all the way here to our little town
Yeah.
for this, and we're like, we would not miss it.
For anything.
The people in the community, the people who live in this area, they're like, oh, it's Twins weekend. When they see us in the stores, they see us walking around.
Yeah.
When we go to the mall, when we like every place we go, they're like, oh, is it Twins weekend? Oh, it's Twins weekend. Welcome. There are usually deals at different stores, and merchants have deals for the twins. Buy one, get one at such and such discount.
Yeah.
And everybody just is so welcoming. So during the parade, we get a lot of that. We walk through the neighborhood. So they take their chairs out and they watch us walk this parade.
Yeah,
These people
so
who are
much
duplicates
fun.
of other people, and we're dressed up. And some people, again, get very, very creative. We usually just grab some kind of outfit from online, but we're cute, so we wear them well.
And they usually say, when they ask us where we're from, and we tell them, they say, thank you for coming. And then we say, thank you for having us.
Because it's just an amazing thing. Most of the Twins Festival is put on and run by volunteers.
By volunteers.
And like,
No, not most of it. All of it. Yeah.
And they do all of that for us, so it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So we always try to show gratitude to the people behind the scenes. Every time we see them, we're like, thank you for making this possible for us, because this is something that we treasure. We treasure it. So so my new favorite right now is the parade. And I say new because we didn't always go to the parade. For the first few years, we're like, nah, we've been partying, we can't wake up early. We can't go to the parade.
Every year it seemed like every year we were adding on new activities. One year we added on the parade. No, and then the next year we added on the 5K. It was, and then the time that we came on a Wednesday.
Yeah, because there's always a lot to do.
Always so much to do. That's a busy weekend.
It's a very busy weekend. We're busy having fun.
Busy.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But like you, I feel like karaoke is usually pretty fun.
Karaoke's funny.
Yeah, it used to be funner.
We didn't do it this
No, I feel like it's something about karaoke that changed. It's not as much. I feel like it's not as much fun as it used to be. It's nice, like that's the first night where everybody kind of congregates and says, "Hey, everybody." That's usually a Thursday night, so it's fun in and of itself. But I feel like something about it has changed. Something shifted for me anyway. But it's all really, really a good time.
It's such a good time. But we've talked enough about it.
We've talked enough about it. For everybody who just hung out with us and listened, all 4 people that are listening right now, thank you for listening as we talk about the Twins Festival and why we feel like every twin should experience the Twins Festival at least once in their lifetime, and make the decision whether or not this is just too much, or if this is something that they'll keep going. We've been going 19 years consecutively, minus the pandemic, and we have no intention of stopping. Only death will keep me from it.
Yeah, right. So
I've run out of water. So it's time for us to say goodnight.
That's our cue. Okay.
Ciao, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, and see you next time. All right, sis. Bye.